Welcome to another episode, a very special episode of Good Teams Win, Great Teams Cover, a bonus episode, and it is our 100th episode. Absolutely raise the roof. A milestone that I never thought we would reach when I started, and then we started, and whatever the hell we've been doing the last, 18 months, maybe a bit longer now, 19 months since the first episode started which was week 17 of the 2022 season. A very odd time to start. But that was the first one that was recorded, and we've been kind of going ever since, gradually making it better and better, I hope, anyway, over the course of 100 episodes. And for the vast majority of those 100 episodes, the two gentlemen we've got, Byron and Joe, you've been here pretty much the entire way. Started off as guests, now as co-hosts. Gents, welcome to this one. How are we both doing on our centenary episode? Centenary episode? That feels like
Centennial episode?
Centennial? I don't know.
100th?
Just 100, yeah.
No, feeling good, yeah. Congrats on getting to 100. Me and Joe have been here for a lot of it, but yeah, you kicked it off and you're a little baby, I guess. So, yeah, great job.
You get the gold medal, Paul. Well done.
Excellent. Well, that ties us nicely, Joe, into what we're going to be doing. The Olympics, of course, is well underway. We're the first Thursday, so we're just about a week. I think we've had day 7 of the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. And while I'm a big fan of the Olympics, guys, I know you've been watching it as well from America and Canada. We're going to talk about everyday tasks that should or could be Olympic events. That's what we're going to do. What are the things that occur in everyday life that could be turned into an Olympic event? And we're going to do that draft. Should be an interesting one, should be a fun one. I've got a lot of ideas. I'm not quite sure where Byron and Joe are on this one. So it'll be fun. But we are in Olympic season. Football starts tonight as well. I guess we don't want to talk about the Hall of Fame game too much. Chicago Bears against the Houston Texans, which is about an hour or two away from kicking off. What's just a note on that? In the promotion that I've seen all over social media, they've had the cheek to put like Caleb Williams and CJ Stroud on the front of it. It's like, well, they're not going to be even dressed. Never mind. Never mind, get on the field.
It should be like watched by Caleb Williams and Stroud.
Like Tyson Bagent on the banner, and whoever else is going to play for the Texans.
Did you see Tyson Bagent's mental strength activity he had been doing in the off season?
No.
So Joe and Paul, you guys are pretty fit, right? You don't know if you work out as such, but you play sports pretty regular. My athletic days are behind me now. I'll die doing this, but I don't know how you guys are getting with this. So basically, one of the activities he's done in the off season as both a physical and a mental challenge, because he can go further than you, is a burpee broad jump mile. So you do a burpee, you do a broad jump, and then you do that for a mile. It took an hour and 6 minutes, I think he said.
Oh dear.
I watched the video because I wasn't quite sure I understood it. So I watched a YouTube video of someone else doing it, and it took him like an hour and 20 or an hour and 30-ish. And I think it was 738 burpees.
That is disgusting.
Is that going to help him holding his tablet on the sideline during the
Might make him shine in the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah.
There you go.
But I mean, his dad's a world record, world champion arm wrestler. So I mean, that is one interesting family. Never mind Hard Knocks. Can we just have some with the Bajents?
Yes, that would be a great show. Hard Knocks starts Tuesday as well. I think Tuesday for you guys. I think we'll get it Thursday next.
And I was totally wrong. Hard Knocks Giants has been really good.
We haven't had it. It's not been on.
Oh, I mean, I don't have HBO. I just have the internet and very few morals.
I'm editing that bit out.
Yeah. I'm surprised how good it's been. I thought it'd be a load of nothing, but no, they've actually showed a lot of access and some good conversations, and yeah, I thought it'd been really good. I was really surprised. I'm not sure if another team will want to do it because I think the Giants maybe have shown a little too much of themselves. Maybe depends how you view it, I guess. But I hope it comes back next season. Whoever does it.
Yeah, unless I'm mistaken, I don't believe Sky Sports picked it up. So unless it's somewhere else that I've not seen, I don't believe it's been available in the UK without obviously going around your VPN routes and all that jazz. Which is a shame. But I assume, and again, assuming Hard Knocks, the Bears will be on Sky Sports because they usually pick it up. So hopefully it is, because that should be a very interesting one. Oh, the lights have gone out on me. Apologies, gents. I will be back in a second. There we are. Let's talk about the Olympics. First of all, we have to talk about your hat, Byron, for the benefit of those people who are listening on Spotify. What a wonderful hat you've got there. Talk us through it.
So I was hosting a work social event last week, and an Olympic Kahoot trivia game. In anticipation of the Olympics, a lot of people were excited over here for it, obviously. We had a work call for it. So I bought this nifty hat off Macari, which is kind of like eBay. But this is Sam the Eagle, the mascot of the 1984 Olympics in, I believe, LA. Well, it was LA, which will be the 2028 host as well. It's like $10. It's authentic. It was made in 1981, I think the tag says. And it's great. It's a trucker hat, sponsored by McDonald's, which everything was back in those days. And Sam the Eagle holding the flame, meant to look like Uncle Sam. I think it's a great piece. So.
It looks awesome. Yeah, it does look awesome. Joe, not to say your hat also isn't cool, but Byron's is an Olympic themed hat for our Olympic themed episode. What's been your favourite part of the Olympics so far? I know you guys have been watching. Byron, we're a week in. What's been your favourite moment?
Do you know, I could probably pick a couple. I love the opening ceremony. I know a lot of people were kind of out on it. I thought it was super French, which it's in France. It should be. I think Paris is the most beautiful city in the world. I've only been once, but I absolutely loved it. I loved it before I went. I loved it when I was there, even though it was swelteringly hot. And I don't know, I have a real fondness for it, I guess. Like everything about it, like it's a romantic city. I just love the place. And seeing the end of the closing ceremony of Celine Dion belting out the Edith Piaf song on the Eiffel Tower with it lit so beautifully, just after the hot air balloon flame had gone off. I just thought it was absolutely incredible end to what I thought was a really good ceremony throughout. But in terms of actual Olympics, it maybe is the American in me showing a little, but I'm going to pick two. I'll pick one, sorry.
Yeah, that's all we asked for.
Simone Biles and the US gymnastics team winning the gold. Again, Simone Biles, 27 years old, very not young for an Olympian, but came back from relative disappointment 4 years ago and absolutely smashed it. She should have been in our GOATS draft. It's kind of ridiculous that I didn't take her if no one else did.
It was a slide on it, to be fair. I'm sure that's what fueled her to 2 Olympic golds so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's all worth it, to be fair. And what I did like as well, I don't know if you've seen this on Instagram or TikTok or what have you, but have you ever seen those like little videos where they go like, what would happen if we didn't win? And then like cuts back and goes, I guess we'll never know. And like they've all got the gold medals. Yeah. So like they were talking about that after they realized they were getting the gold medal to record it. And I thought, well, that kind of cheapens it a little. Like, because I love those videos. But in my head, they should only be able to do it if they recorded it at the start of the tournament. Yeah. You shouldn't be able to record the first bit after you've already won. Because there's no jeopardy. But I loved it. I certainly don't track gymnastics 3 years out of the 4, but seeing something like that at the top level is just incredible to watch.
Yeah, I was watching the individual women's event earlier on.
Yeah,
they were recording 1st of August, and yes, it's just insane.
Yeah,
it's just like, because she's like, as well, a lot of gymnasts are, but she's so small, but yet so powerful.
Yeah,
and able to control that, and so graceful. It is just phenomenal. Yeah,
it almost looks like an alien. To be fair, like you're like, okay, she's running up. That and I never in my lifetime would I ever be able to do that.
Yeah,
like ever.
Insane. Joe, doesn't necessarily have to be a Team Canada moment because of course you're up there. But what's been your favourite moment so far from what you've seen?
Well, I can't really mention drones kind of with Team Canada. You know,
still got to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, not done too bad. I think the 2 finishers, which are like the opposite, but just as amazing. It was the Ledecky, her swim for the USA, where like she's at the finish line. There's like no one in the picture. It's just ridiculous that you're Olympic final and you're still winning by that much. Just blows my mind. But then the opposite is Alex Yee for Great Britain for the triathlon. The fact that he was miles behind and managed to just pick the other guy, especially a triathlon as well. I did feel sorry for the Kiwi just because he was leading so long, and he could just see the finish line and then not have that energy to just get yourself over there. Must be devastating, like 4 years of hard work just to get pipped to the line. It's but great for Great Britain and great for Alex Yee, who I'm guessing probably would have been training in Leeds as well. So yeah, good on him.
Yeah, I'm going to take another Leeds lad. I think my favourite moment so far has been Tom Pidcock. So it's genuinely the first time I've ever watched a mountain bike race before, and it was absolutely incredible. Just the race itself, how kind of narrow the path was for the 30-odd riders, up and down, and how long they had to do it, like 8 laps of it. And then, managed to kind of come back from a puncture, having to get his tyre repaired. He was 40-odd seconds behind. Managed to retake the lead, got took over again, and then went for it one last time, and that was enough to push him past the French rider and retain his Olympic title. It was just incredible effort, just sort of that never say die, not knowing when to throw the towel in, which is sort of kind of that embodies that Olympic spirit. But there's been great as well. I've enjoyed the diving as well. Sorry.
All
right, that's fine. Yeah, we've done. Shout out Tom Daly, he was awesome as well, to be fair. Tom
Daly, great diver and a great knitter.
Great diver and a great knitter. Yeah, incredible stuff. Right, and there's so much more to come. The athletics hasn't even started yet, and now we've got a France v Argentina football quarterfinal, which might get a bit tasty tomorrow night.
Careful on the sing songs, lads.
Yeah, it might get a bit interesting.
Might be a few divers there as well.
Oh
dear.
There's a gold medal pun for you.
There you go. All right. So just to reintroduce our draft that we're going to be doing, just the three of us for this one. We thought we'd just keep it between three of us because it's our special 100th episode. Byron and Joe rejected my idea of doing the greatest guests draft. They're too nice and didn't want to potentially offend anyone. Although I'm sure everybody was taking it in good spirits. Joe sent me a message. We're not going to acknowledge the fact that it's Yorkshire Day being the 1st of August. Like, what the fuck's that? It was celebrating my work today. Someone gave me a cup of a paper cup with a Yorkshire tea bag, like especially when we have Yorkshire tea bags in the tea area already.
With how stingy Yorkshire is, I'm surprised it wasn't already used.
To be fair, it's good tea, but yeah.
It is a great tea. I get it over here still. So.
Yeah. Is that how you celebrating the 100 podcast, with that cup of tea?
I had 2 a Friday. I usually have multiple cups of tea in a day. It's rare to have one, but I did today. Where was I? I lost my train of thought completely because you sent that.
We're doing a draft.
We're doing a draft, yes. So as it's the Olympics, we're partway through Paris 2024. We thought, what about the sort of everyman Olympics? What would be the everyday tasks, activity, and how else would I sum it up? Yeah, everyday tasks and activities that could be Olympic events, and that's what we're going to do. I'm first up, Joe's second, and Byron's third, and then we'll loop back around. We've got 4 rounds. It's only 12 picks, so it'll be a relatively short draft. I'll have some time to thank some people for their support at the end for good teams win, great teams cover. But gents, hopefully my first pick will help inspire some of yours moving forward. My first, I've mentioned we've been talking about kind of good week, bad week sort of things on episodes recently, just to let people get to know us a little bit more, a little look into our lives as not just NFL bettors, but people too. NFL bettors are people too. I've talked a lot about moving, and one of the things that's been very painful in that is the disassembling of furniture. So my 1-1 pick would be flat pack or IKEA furniture building. That would be the 1-1 everyday task that should be an Olympic event. And I'm envisaging it like the competitors will each round gradually be given something more difficult to build. And then it's assessed on, time, accuracy, quality of the build, etc. And then you'd cull some. And then maybe we go from a desk to a wardrobe to something more, and then we'd maybe take the instructions away for like the gold medal match or something.
That's going to be my question: is it two disciplines, or no? It just gets harder.
Yes, you just get harder progressively through the round. So if you had a field of 16, you just for the first round maybe cull 4, until you get all the way up to kind of a gold medal match and a flat pack furniture shootout.
I was thinking you could also bring like the gymnastics in, where you could go the difficulty level as well. Where first off, it could be you only get yourself a screwdriver, not a drill, and if you do that, the difficulty is harder. But
yeah, that's a good shout. Actually,
you can be less accurate with it, but you get more points. So it's
now I'm just thinking is the gold medal event is you build your own gymnastic equipment. You want to test that pommel horse? Okay, you go ahead.
The thing would be is dismantling it and then put it back up, because I think that's the hardest thing with IKEA stuff. I think putting it up is usually okay. It's taking it down and then put it back up, and then it's like one use. It's a one-use furniture. It feels like
that's what I discovered taking apart, disassembling my wardrobe and trying to rebuild it in my new place. It's just wobbling everywhere.
You've now got a new chest of drawers.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got a new this wooden stand thing, basically, as a wardrobe at the minute.
Great art piece in the corner of the room, yeah.
Yeah. But yes, flat pack furniture building, everyday task that could be an Olympic event. I think that should help you guys moving forward with your picks with that sort of thing. Was that on your list?
No, but I like it. It's along the same lines as what I already have. So we're on the same,
There's another wrinkle to it as well. I thought actually was one of the key points. So you could have a men's event, a women's event, and then I think there should be like a mixed doubles or couples event, and then you'd also get you'd be penalised per argument while putting it up and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
Again, I love that idea. What I like even more, you have to have one hand each tied together.
Nice. Okay.
That I like.
Like the Paralympics with the guide runner sort of vibe. Yeah. But so I think you could have those disciplines as well. So it's a multi-medal sport.
I like that. Yeah.
You could go for the clean sweeper medals between the couple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. Right. Flat pack furniture building as the one. Well, I thought that was a clear 1-1, to be fair. When I'd listed all mine, I thought that was that would be the one I would love to watch the most, just for the chaos.
Yeah. I can see that.
Good. Yeah. And maybe I'll stop coming up with ideas for it because it's just been whirring round. Right. Joe, you've got the number 2 pick.
Yeah. So I didn't actually have that one on my list as well. So I'm also glad that I'll pick on my number 1 pick as well. It's on a similar kind of level in terms of you've got a task and it could be chaos. And I think in most couples, there's one person who's good at this and one person who's not. And that's packing a dishwasher. So I believe each person, you would have so much cutlery, plates and everything, and it's about speed, getting it on, but then how clean things are at the end of it as well, because obviously you could just shove everything in. Do you put the knives up? Do you face it up? Do you face it down? Are you able to stack them well? And the amount of it could be a round thing. Well, it could just be one event where you get more and more things to put in, and you've got to try and maybe the things are more, the dishes are more dirty, or it's more burnt cheese on there. So you got to make sure it's in a good spot to get some. They all have the same tablet. It's not gonna be that harsh. We have to choose which tablet. Yeah, yeah. So all the same machine, all the same tablet, and you got to figure out how to do that. And you choose a quick. Yeah.
Can't get a better engine.
Exactly. Yeah. And you'll have to do the same setting. You can't go quick wash or a 3-hour one as well. It has to be the same one.
Well, that's my change settings. But
you think you should change it?
Well, I don't know. If the event is packing, then no, they shouldn't.
Yeah.
But if the event is running a dishwasher, then I think they should be able to try and save time if it took too long putting it together. But they're probably going to suffer for it. But if the event is packing, then it should be an independent person who puts it on. I agree.
Mm.
I disagreed. Then I do agree. Sorry. It's funny when you say that a couple normally has one person who's good at it and one person who's not, because Cindy says that, but I say we're both good at it. So
you're the one who isn't.
You're the one.
I'm probably the issue, yeah. But in my head, I'm not.
It's that typical thing when if you say that everyone's good at both you and a couple are good at dishwashing, you're probably the one who's not good at dishwashing.
Always seems to get clean though, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but
because then Cindy's then just
yeah, she.
redoing it when you've
I think
gone.
I pressed on, and she's like quickly like ninjaed out and like off. Let's actually readjust this properly. Let an adult in the room. Good
Good
show.
stuff. Yeah, good pick. I had some similar ones, so I'll take them off the board. But yeah, that's a good shout, Joe. Excellent. Right, I think we're kind of in the right tracks. Byron, the first of your two, the third one to end round one. What would be what's the third everyday task that should be an Olympic event?
Carrying the groceries in from the car in one trip. Doesn't matter how many there are. Doesn't matter how many bags there are. Doesn't matter how ripped your hands get. I ain't doing 2 trips. Bring them in.
What kind of carry bags can they have? Is it all the same carrier bag, or is it they bring their own?
No, I mean, there should be. Again, we're getting a bit regional here, but I'll go back to UK. You want a good Tesco carrier bag. Give everyone a fair chance. Because what really kills you here, and I often have to do a second trip here, is Aldi bags, Aldi, however we say it. They do paper bags, which great for the environment, but there's no handle on them. So, like best one in the world, you just can't, you just can't do it. Whereas Jewel, the Chicago local supermarket, are very like a Tesco carrier bag. Again, back in my day, a good solid bag. You're not getting a bag for life. Look at your standard carrier bag, which I think are actually flimsier now than they used to be. But like, again, I'm talking the classic. I'm not going to get it out.
Yeah, we don't need this. We don't need to see.
But just a good strong handle, good carrier bag. As long as you don't get stupid with it, you can put a good amount of shopping in there. And yeah, everyone has the default same type. Yeah, you're not bringing your own reinforced handles in or anything like that. And again, the amount of shopping goes up on each round, whittle it down. You might have to carry a 12-pack of beer in, maybe a watermelon, some glass items, eggs, fragile items. And yeah, just a gradual build. And again, you drop an item, you go back a second time delay, manhood question delay. So yeah, that's my 103 anyway. Bringing all your groceries in one trip.
Yeah, this feels like it's the weightlifting of our events here. I wonder if people are going to be like powdering their hands up, getting all that white chalk on there to like lift it all in, take it seriously. Just all the big guys are going to compete in this one and big gals as well. They'll be competing to bring that in. And again, unlike in your real life, there is a time element though, so it's not pure power. You do have to, you want to get in as well. So it can't just be your pure bulkers. You got to move as well. If you ever watched like the World's Strongest Man, when they used to like, lift them, the Atlas stones, or whether you used to like carry the like two, it was like two massive weights, and that's like drag that along. It was that's how I picture it. Yeah, it was on my list for sure. Carrying groceries, carrying the shopping in, making it progressively more difficult, adding more items and more weight and more delicate items as well. Yeah, like that. Good shout. Good end to the first round, third pick. So we had flat pack furniture building, packing a dishwasher, and carrying in the groceries. Byron, you're gonna kick off the second round. What are you gonna take? So this one's kind of multidiscipline, a bit like the decathlon sort of vibe. No, it's like kind of it's one event, but with two disciplines to it. Got you. Sorry. So a bit like the furniture, you've got the couples and stuff like that. This is more just the same event, but done in two different styles. So it's throwing away rubbish or trash for our American listeners. Don't know what you call it in Canada, Joe. Garbage, probably. French Canadian. So your two different disciplines though are your classic. You scrunch up a paper ball, you scrunch something up into a ball type shape. Get it from downtown into your waste paper basket. Classic. And again, as time goes on, we just get further out. Ideally, you're sat in like an office chair as well, because again, that just feels very fitting. And again, throwing things like a fan, throwing a little more distance, fill the waste paper basket. So you've got to get it right in, or it's going to bounce out. Second discipline, throwing a garbage sack out, a big rubbish bag out,
And this really works in apartment life. So if you've got your own trash bin, which we don't, garbage bin, rubbish bin, doesn't really work as well. But what we have, you walk 50 yards to the little garbage enclosure, and normally the thing's actually open. And what I like to do is like swing it, bit of a caber toss element, maybe like the big discus of this Olympic setting. And what you want to do, ideally, you just want to clean, dunk, goes right into the bin, no problem. What you don't want is it catching anywhere, because those bags, they're not made for throwing events. They're made for putting carefully into rubbish trash receptacles. And, if you've got old soup in there, or, last night's spag ball, some old potato skins, you throw that and you rip it on entry, you've just invited 4 raccoons to your garbage disposal. And that's not what you want. And I mean, not even worse, but like, if anyone sees you, you've really fucked yourself. If you
have to clean it.
Exactly. If you give it a nice clean dunk straight in from 7 yards away, no one's actually impressed, but in your head, everyone who's seen it's impressed. But yeah, if you smash into the wall, or like the side entry point, and you cut it and something comes out of the bag, and you're going to bring some pests to your local area. I mean, you are the pests to your local area at that point. So high stakes. And again, you scale up at the Olympics, you put stinkier and stinky things in there, more wet items, more moisture, more obstacles, more potential rippery, some barbed wire maybe around the entry point. And you've got to throw it from further. Well, you don't have to throw it further away, but that's how you're going to get to the gold medal. The further you throw it from So again, we kind of got the discus archery combo of trash.
I was thinking with that one as well, you could do multiple. You could do like, it's a long jump or your high jump. How high can you throw it to then go into the bin as well? You know what I mean? So you got to get that swing up to get over and I did like that first one. I did have that one as well, but I had it with tissues. So you have to have the cold, and you've got to try and get into the bin from laying on the sofa to see how many.
I love the element if they have to have a cold.
Yeah.
So your first week in the Olympics, you're just getting injected with the flu vaccine over and over and over.
You just all hang out in the same room and just sneeze on each other just to make sure everyone's.
That'd have been a great one in 2020. They'd be the only group saying, "No, Japan, don't delay. We'll do it in 2020." Yeah. Do not push this back a year. We're in peak form.
Yeah, I had again. So it's maybe not to the level of detail you had, but sort of the Kobean things into the bin was on my list as an event. So yeah, good pick, good work, excellent, good stuff. Joe, back to you for your second pick.
Yeah, I'm going to go with something a bit different, where it feels like in the Olympics it's usually about athletic ability. It's not as more about mental or using your brain as much. But it feels like more athletic. So this one.
Apologies to all our athletes currently competing at the Olympic Games for Joe's slight on you all.
You're not like the smartest guy, in the world competing at the Olympics. It's mainly about athletic ability. But this one is, and I've done this a few times, and I'll definitely not compete in this because I'm terrible, is going food shopping, forgetting your shopping list, but still remembering every single item. So it's a bit like the generation game. Before the Olympics, the big shopping list, go try and remember it, and then you just send them out to the shopping supermarket and see if they can remember every single one. And they get extra points if they do it round in one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Have you just suggested Dale Winton supermarket sweep as an Olympic event?
Let's bring it back. Let's do it.
Your phrasing was better than mine. On our draft sheet, I've just put raw dog in the food shopping.
There you go. That could be the slogan. Yeah.
I love it. I can't do it in one loop when I have a list. So
yeah, that's fair actually.
Yeah, like I'll literally be like on like the freezer aisle, and there'll be a frozen item 4 items down from the one I'm picking up, and I'll go somewhere else in the store, get something else. And I'm like, oh, I need X. Let's go back to the freezer aisle again.
But yeah, it's worth about
a gold medalist clearly. So
yeah, without the list, like there's obvious things, and you just get back home and you just hoping and praying you've got everything, and then you're like, fuck, I forgot like 4 things, and you have to go back out or just go the week without. Especially because like we have to like what it takes like 40 minutes to get to the supermarket because we haven't got a car. So it's just like, well, that's we're not having that for this week then because I forgot the list, and it's usually on the side, like right next to the door, and I've just walked straight past it.
That used to be mine as well. Like, not so much in America now, but like exact same scenario when I used to live in England. Like, it wasn't 40 minutes, but it was like a 30-minute walk there, 30-minute walk back, and like again, like it normally be as well like something I really fancied for my dinner that night, but I just didn't put it on a list, when I was at work, and then on my way home from work, I'm like, I'll stop at the shop, and then just that thing of like unpacking the shopping and like, where's X, and it's like fucking idiot. Yeah, I don't know how it is that way of like it's always the thing that you actually wanted the most.
Yeah. Would in your Olympic version of it, so would the athletes or competitors, would they get to choose? So for example, they'd be like, right, it's going to be like, I'm going to go for like a 15 item list. Ooh. Would they get to choose that, or would it be like a preset list and they'd get like 15 seconds to look at it and then they have to go?
I think you've got preset, right?
Yeah, I think they can't choose it, and I think it'll be different for each athlete, but it'll be like same categories. So it'll be something from dairy, something. So it'll not be the same thing for each one, but it'll just be just to spice it up a bit. So we're just not watching, the athletes from Greece getting the same cereal as the athletes from, South Korea. It's like, let's mix it up again. You were supposed to get porridge, mate. You're supposed to get porridge, not the cornflakes. You got that completely wrong. It's branded as well. Yeah, there's certain brands they've got to get as well, just to throw it in there, just to make it even harder.
And get sponsorship money.
Yeah, we asked for skimmed. It was skimmed, and we won the big bottle, not a little semi-skimmed. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was just picturing like Joe as the judge there on the GBK, and the guy's come back with his basket, and he's gone, "You've got porridge, mate. What are you doing?"
Yeah, just throw it out.
I'm just picturing like oat milk. It said goat milk. What is this? And just like scalding some poor, Korean fellow who, second language, doesn't know what you're yelling for.
It'll all be translated, so we'll have to spend some money getting in some. Make sure it's all translated to give it, because I can't just give him like some guy who doesn't speak English. Like, here's your list, and he's like, "What the hell is?"
Like a skill set you need to learn for the games.
What the hell is chocolate fingers? You know what I mean? He might have no idea what chocolate fingers biscuit is. So let's try and work that out. Yeah.
Well, it's Cadbury's fingerettes. Would it be like, so if the host city, so for example, it's in Paris, so would it be just like a French supermarket because it's in Paris, or would you have like several different supermarkets set up to test the disciplines?
A bit like Crystal Maze to just move into a next. Next.
We've got like an Asda built up there, and then you've got like a Costco,
a Walmart.
Yeah.
And this is where I think you shouldn't give them the language options. You start out, your filtering out round is English. Second is Spanish. Second most spoken language in the world. Third round, say
Chinese.
The last round, make it a relatively obscure language. And like, you can tell them in English what they're looking for, but they're going to have to spend more time looking for the actual item. Mm-hmm. So like, being multilingual will be a skill. And I just thought of this. Once they finish doing their food shopping, somebody has to carry them groceries in. Double event.
It's a relay.
There you go. That could be like your duathlon.
You said relay there. That's you passing the baton. They get their goods, they park the car up, bam. Your countryman from your country is here to.
Well, we've nearly got 4. Yeah. We've nearly got 4. We just need someone to eat the food by, and then it's your chucking the rubbish out. You know what I mean? It's a 4 relay event.
Well, Joey Chestnut's about to come up, so
yeah.
Speed eating the fucking groceries. Joey Chestnut's gonna be screaming, "I wanted hot dogs, not porridge."
Excellent. Good pick, Joe. Yeah. I have something similar, and again, I'm not going to take it because it's so similar, but just going food shopping and only getting the items that you need and not 50 other things that you end up getting. Disciplined event there. But yeah, good pick. Excellent. Well done. I've got a lot on my board. Like I said, I had a lot of ideas. Some of it's been taken out. Some ones that have been similar, so I'll leave those. I think I'm going to take. This is probably my favorite one that's left on my list. The small talk event. Small talk / awkward interactions event is mine. So you'll be set up, each competitor. Again, another rounds-based one. Again, eliminate, cut people as we go, make it progressively more difficult. But you'll just be set up in a social situation. Essentially, so this is a work colleague that you don't particularly like or whatever, and then you will have to engage in small talk. So there'll be points on offer. It's similar like how you score gymnastics, I guess. So potentially the difficulty of the situation, efficiency of getting out of it, how pleasant you are, etc. Just effective small talk is the event, and it would just get progressively harder. We'd bump people off as we go, make the situations more difficult as you went, and you'd get points for your creativity, your efficiency, your pleasantries, etc. And that would be the event. Yeah,
I think you would have to have like different categories, like extroverts, introverts, as well, split between, because an introvert's definitely not going to win against an extrovert who can talk for days and actually enjoys that kind of situation. You want to like different levels.
I don't want to get political, but I think the problem you're going to have is self-identifying. The extroverts are going to identify as introverts, and you're just going to have an all-extrovert competition. I think maybe just going to have to get like character witnesses in for people.
Yeah, that's fair.
We
want a clean event.
I do have a bit of a query actually on that. Are introverts going to enter this competition?
Well, yeah, you wouldn't have thought so.
Well, like, just about you hit most just to win a gold medal. Maybe you do, yeah.
But I was just about to say, if an extrovert said they're an introvert, if you say you're an introvert, you're probably an extrovert. If you're like going for this competition, you know what I mean. So it's calling on themselves already.
You're very trusting.
Yeah. Is anyone allowed to take any medication to help on this? Is there any doping laws in this?
It's a clean sport, Just. It's a
clean sport. Okay, so you can have a few drinks or for a smoke or anything like that just to help out. No, okay, clean.
And as long as you pass like a breathalyzer for the, as long as you be straight enough to drive. That's a terrible phrase. If you, everybody's able to drive. If you had, as long as you don't have too much to drink, that you wouldn't be able to drive. Don't drink and drive, people. Then that would be allowed.
So I don't know if you know of Hans Gunnar Legenwall. He was the first ever Olympian banned for doping. He had 2 beers before a shooting event to settle his nerves. So seems very apt here, and I'm glad you're on top of it, Paul.
Yeah, I feel like that would probably be the only Olympic event you shouldn't be having a drink before. Really,
shooting maybe.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, like, that's the one. Like,
sorry, I thought you were talking about the small talk.
No, yeah, like handling guns after a couple of years.
Somebody needs to tell the good state of Wisconsin, because drinking and shooting is about all they do up here. So could be a bit awkward if it ever comes to Green Bay.
Well,
I did want to ask as well. So obviously, there's a great James Acaster bit about icebreakers. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but would you have to utilize that at the end of the conversation? So his point is, you're at a party, you break ice with somebody, you get them all loosened up. Well, you don't want somebody else take advantage of all that beautiful broken ice. So as you end the conversation, you say like, "Death's coming to us all." Freeze it back over. Interesting.
I didn't think of that as like an ending or a way to finish it. Joe's camera's just gone wild there. But yeah, I guess we could have an element of that in it. I guess the people. The other element of the concept would have to be willing participants, I guess.
Well, that's what I was going to ask, like, in terms of deciding a gold medalist. You've got somebody sat there who's a relatively willing participant, but like will need to be brought out of their shell.
Yeah, I think what we'd have to do, they'd be like trained actors.
Yeah.
So and they would follow the remit of kind of when to kind of open up and what is good, and therefore they would respond accordingly.
Yeah. I was going to say, it'd be like, we're going to get you in this event because everyone thinks you're a knobhead. So just come on. They're going to deal with you.
It's like an intervention. We're going to play it back to you after the Olympics. This is what you're really like, mate.
So, yeah. I like that. That was my favourite of what was left, I think. Small talk, awkward social interaction. I think that'd just be great to watch.
It would.
That'd just be really, really, really good to watch. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. On to that's the end of the second round. So we've had Kobeing items into a bin, throwing items into the bin from Byron, food shopping without a list from Joe, small talk, awkward interactions from me. I'll kick off round 3. Oh, I've got so many good ones. I think they're good anyway. I'm going to go for being able to. It's something that happens to me a lot, especially when I'm in a good routine. But waking up close to my alarm, but before it's also just fucking irritating. Like constantly wake up like 2 minutes or 3 minutes before the alarm's going to go off. It's so annoying. So what you'd have all the competitors in one room, one area, maybe one room is a bitch, sleeping, predetermined time they would get, in each, again, a round system. So you'd get maybe 6 hours sleep or 8 hours sleep or whatever. And yeah, the winner would be the closest to wake up to the alarm, but before the alarm goes off.
Yeah.
It's like Price is Right, yeah. You always have to be.
Yeah. Just not 1 second over.
And they'd have to be wearing like sleep trackers.
Yes.
I'm loath of them faking it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you'd have to track them. And again, there'd be a period of time before the alarm that they wouldn't be allowed to wake up. So if you woke up, it's almost that point where cut-off point between like waking up during the night, which can naturally happen, versus
training your body to get up.
Yeah, I was going to say because that it could be discriminating to the older people who needs to get up in the middle of the night to go for a wee. So if that's it's okay that, and then they can get back to sleep. I think that works out.
That's just the way of the world, isn't it? Like I can't claim Simone Biles is getting an advantage over me by prejudice. Like she's better at her event than me. If you can't go through the night without waking up, then probably not the event for you. Work on groceries.
Yeah, it's just a really irritating thing that happens to me sometimes where I just wake up before your alarm. Like,
I'm surprised you get that annoyed if it's just a couple of minutes. I think that's better. Yeah. You just woke up naturally, then this like horrible noise, which
can happen. Like, if you're, I could have had an extra 20 minutes or I'd have had an extra 15 minutes. It's just like
20 minutes. I don't think is a little. When you say little, I'm thinking 3 minutes.
Well, yeah, you want to get.
If I get 20 minutes, I'm going back to sleep.
Yeah, I'd try. But...
Just to be perfectly clear. 3 minutes, I'm like, I'll probably try and get back to sleep. But probably not going to be the best sleep of my night, truthfully.
Waking up as close to the alarm as possible, but before it goes off. That would be that's my third pick.
Nice.
Where are we? Joe, back to you.
Yeah, pick 8.
So yeah, this is my favourite one. When I came up with this, I was really excited and didn't want to take it too early because I didn't think you guys would take it. But being Northerners, we certainly love our biscuits, and so mine is dipping biscuits into cup of tea competition. And there's like 2 different ways you can do it. You can who can hold the biscuit in longest
without crumbling,
and who can hold it longest and take the most tea out the mug. So it could be counts on both, because someone could just put the little edge in. So if you go like further down, the structure's obviously it's not secure, but you take more of the tea out. And I think again, it's rounds. You start off with like, a good chocolate hobnob, and then you end up with like a rich tea and good. And if it crumbles, you're out. You're disqualified. See you later. You gotta make it. You gotta make it there. So it's all about risk and reward, and so you'll measure how long it was in, and then you'll also, because everyone have the same cup of tea, it'll be poured at the same time, same height, and it's how much tea's taken out of it as well. And the athletes can eat the biscuit as well. I'll give them that.
They're allowed to eat the biscuit. Okay.
Yeah, it's a little treat as well,
Yeah.
So that is my pick.
Excellent. Yeah, great pick. I thought that was a good pick.
Yeah, I can't think of any.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong. It's a great competition.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of it. What I was trying to think of was like, what is the flimsiest biscuit? You said rich tea. That is pretty shit.
Rich tea by a mile in it. Yeah.
Is there anything? I was trying to think if there's anything else, like those fucking pink wafers. They would feel like they'd be pretty shit in a cuppa. But yeah, I think rich tea is a good shout.
That's not a biscuit, is it? A pink wafer.
It's a disgrace, truthfully, but I don't know what you'd call it in the. I mean, it probably is a biscuit, truthfully. It's just not a one
It's
I'd
not
want.
biscuit. It has no elements of a biscuit.
What is it? It's not
It's
a
wafer.
cake.
It's just
it's just a wafer. I guess, yeah, that's right. Yeah, good point, yeah. But like a timeout, what's that, a chocolate bar?
That's chocolate wafer, yes. But it's not biscuit.
Chocolate wafer. Yeah, it's still not a biscuit. But you get it in like biscuit packs, I feel. But anyway, we're gone. And it just reminded me, for my birthday, I got a British pack by one of my friends, and included that I haven't touched yet is a pack of chocolate digestives. So that might be getting cracked out with a cup of tea tonight, actually. So
start practicing for the event.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's one I'd be great at, truthfully. I'm very conservative. I don't want to ruin a cuppa or a biscuit. So yeah, I don't think I'd excel at this. I'd just be there eating the fucking biscuits.
I was expecting you to send us like a Rocky montage of you this evening, just like practicing. Slow motion, just going in and out. Yeah.
Trying to
see what I can do, yeah. Why am I for biscuits?
Are you looking for
Oh, I've got some ginger stem biscuits actually as well. So those feel like they hold up.
That'd be an early round biscuit as well.
Yeah,
that's.
I've certainly haven't got any rich teas.
Yeah, and what I think there's gonna be categories as well. So in terms of, there'll be like a level of biscuits, so you could choose, and you'll get more points. So like the first round could be you can choose hobnobs, digestives, custard creams, ones where are pretty good, but like they have slightly difficulty. So the hobnob you'll get less difficulty than a custard cream. So again, it's all about the decision making. How it works.
And in terms of technique, I guess, or methodology technique, I've seen some people do it with like a Kit Kat, where they'll slurp some tea through it as a straw. Where do you stand on that as a Olympic allowable? Because you're going to get some good, measurement.
Also not a biscuit.
Yeah, well, I don't know if a Kit Kat. I don't know if you could do it with a different biscuit, like a bourbon. Could you maybe do, or custard cream? Like, is that going to be slurped?
I'm saying,
do it with.
Yeah. No lips allowed.
Okay, yeah, I think that's a good rule.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit curious here. If a penguin's a biscuit, I'm pretty sure a Kit Kat is. So,
a Kit Kat's wafer.
Is it?
Yes.
A Kit Kat's a chocolate. I would say a Kit Kat's a chocolate.
It's not a biscuit.
How is it more chocolate than a penguin?
Because it has no biscuit in it.
Because the penguin's got biscuit in it.
No.
The Kit Kat's not a biscuit. Jeez.
A Kit Kat is not a biscuit.
Also reminds me, I've got some Kit Kat peanut butter chunkies in my kitchen, so it was a good birthday. I always thought a Kit Kat was a biscuit. I'm not arguing with you about it.
It's wafer covered in chocolate.
Fair enough, yeah. I'll take your word for it. To be fair, so
how do you not know what a Kit Kat is?
It just goes in, mate. I don't think too much on it. I'm not a thinker like you.
It just goes in. Excellent.
Is a chocolate covered wafer bar. That's Wikipedia, so
yeah.
Fair fucks. Even if I was going to disagree with you, I've been wicked.
I think we need to have a separate conversation, Joe, with Byron, just to help him understand what a biscuit is, because
it's a good job we didn't do the biscuit draft. This could have gone on for hours.
Yeah.
I'll take a Toblerone.
It's taking 3.5 hours to pick one biscuit.
I think that's one where I'd probably need a late pick.
Yeah.
Get the ground established.
Excellent. Sorry, Joe, I didn't put your name on there. Dipping biscuits in tea pick. Yeah, good pick. It's not one that I'd thought of, but yeah, that's a good one. Excellent. Byron, back to you for your last two.
Okay. Trying to think of the exact wording of it. I've got kind of like three, but two of them I'm going to combine into one here. Trying to think of the exact way to phrase it, but essentially, successfully navigating a journey on foot. So you've got to get across town in a timely manner. So you've got to judge where you're going. You've got to navigate traffic, be able to cross the road, not just at traffic points. You've got to map your route out very quickly. And you've got to be able to walk past people without like banging into them and shit. This is something I always felt I was really good at. I don't walk as much as I used to, annoyingly, but like I used to walk an awful lot. Like I lived in Carlisle. I used to think I was great at like getting that timing down perfectly to catch a train. Right, if I only had 6 minutes to get there and it was 7 minutes journey, like I'd get it perfectly. So yeah, like mapping out all your things, taking into account things like weather. Is the path going to be slippier, so you might need to walk a bit slower? Because if you fall, you're fucked. You don't have the time to make up. So essentially, like, I think what your categories again would be, you set up a 15-minute Google map duration of something in the city of the Olympics, and you have 15 minutes to do it in the first round. The second round, you have a 12-minute journey. You have 11 minutes to do it. You've got to beat the Google map time eventually. And then, your final one is like, you've got 6 minutes, you've got 4 minutes to do it. And again, you're not going to have actors necessarily, but you'll have extras if it's not a busy day, and you'll get more extras in for the last rounds. And these people aren't going to be told to, like, interfere, but they're going to be told to, like, just walk around the shops, go here and there, be normal. And essentially, ultimately, you've summed it up really well. I beat the GPS journey time on foot.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to put it as, because otherwise I was just going to write on the screen orienteering, because that's how it started.
I don't really know what orienteering means. Is it some kind of chocolate biscuit or? I don't know what orienteering is, but it sounds kind of fun.
Make you do orienteering at school?
I remember the word. I think it might have been a Duke of Edinburgh thing, not a PE thing at my school.
Yeah, we just do it in PE.
And I didn't do a Duke of Edinburgh, so
a map and a compass, and you just basically have to go to the points.
Kind of, yeah. But this is more like based in real time and as an adult, like with an actual end goal, not just well done.
Could you make it like exciting, a bit like Wipeout, and just like bring in like swinging, or a bit like Frogger? You just basically.
Well, I think the Frogger element has to be there, because I do think being able to navigate, because like Cindy gets stressed when I cross roads, like, and it is scarier over here because people will shoot you for jaywalking. So, but like again, like I used to think I had a great timing on the streets of like knowing when you can nip across and gaining those little edges. Things like when you've got been for a few pints and you're going to the footy, which is a 20-minute walk away. Every second counts when you didn't leave till 2:42 when the game kicks off at 3. And you've got to get in and get your ticket scanned and all the rest of it. You can steal that little bit of time, so you don't have to wait for the crossing a little bit further down the road. You've got yourself a little bonus there. Got to keep your head on a swivel. Look out for all the obstacles coming up. When can you put your foot down and really make a burst past people where you've not got cars parked on the pavement? You've got like 50 yards where there's no cars. You've got to time your, sprint like a cyclist when you get out from behind them. A lot goes into it.
It'll be a funny standings where instead of disqualified, it might say like RIP because someone's just tried to run across the highway. just again, 30 seconds. It's like, oh yeah, compare from Great Britain, sadly, is being hit by a truck.
He forgot that cars drive the other way in America.
Oh,
how badly do you want it?
Well, you've got to ask yourself, yeah.
Excellent, cool. Again, just because it's I suppose something similar to that around kind of navigate your way through, like leaving large capacity events efficiently. So, like that was
another. It's very similar, yeah. Another one I feel very passionately that I'm good at.
Yeah. So I just nipping in the gaps and getting out and getting to whatever your route home is. But Joe's just disappeared.
Well, he wanted to get his route home quickest, and he's done it, I guess.
Yeah,
like won the draft.
Leaving a football game or leaving a big capacity concert or whatever, being able to kind of like work your way through the crowd quickly and get out rather than being stuck for an extra half hour. He's just not coming back. It's you again, Byron, anyway. So I'm sure Joe will catch up. He is here in the background. He is listening for now. So
cool.
Last pick.
Last pick of the draft. And again, this is something I used to really pride myself on. Having as short a time as possible between waking up and being at work. So how late can I set my alarm for to get up, grab a shower, brush my teeth, get ready, get out the door, get to work? And again, I work from home 99.9% of the time now, so it's a lot easier, obviously. But back in the day, again, I'm thinking of this when, again, my office used to be a 40-minute walk. So it was like, okay, what is the latest I can set my alarm for? And I would pretty much always have breakfast at work as well. So like, I'd brew my coffee, put it in my flask, grab a banana. That used to be my default breakfast every day, coffee and a banana. And then, I'll just walk to work, same route every day, obviously. And just like, how late could I leave it? to get as much sleep as I wanted.
So I'll get into work on time while waking up as late as possible.
Yeah, that combination, yeah. So, and again, for an Olympic event, you're gonna have to track that they're really asleep.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to give them a hard start time of you start work at 9 a.m. Here's your location. You decide when you want to get up. And yeah, you got to be showered. Again, I'm not sure how someone's going to really check this, but maybe do they look showered? Do they look clean? Etc. etc. Thankfully, no one was doing that for me at work. They just trusted me.
There'd be a sniff test.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, and yeah, we will be filming you the entire way, so don't be trying to spray a roll on or spray or do a roll on as you're coming in the door. We'll notice. But yeah, again, something that I used to take way too much joy in, essentially, is like, how late can I leave the house? How late can I get up and still make it to work on time? And like, there's some mornings where, you know, you power walk in that last half mile to get in on time.
So yes, the winner is so I guess the gold medal would be the latest wake up time. So yeah, you've got like some strategy. You might have to make a gamble. I know the Spanish competitor might. This is just Spain just came the first country to my head. Spanish competitor might have a history of, you know, only leaving himself 13 minutes. Are you going to push it? Are you going to, you know, be conservative and hope that might be too much for this course?
Yeah. And it is important as well, like no running.
Yeah, no running, yeah.
You know, you can do your speed walk, but again, we're going to be tracking that. You're not sprinting to work. This isn't a, you know, not a half marathon. It's not a 5K. You know, it's not no running allowed. Like, this is a getting all your shit done and walking to work. Like, yeah, you can walk
because
quickly.
Because you'll smell if you run to work, and that was last deduction points right there.
Yeah, if you want, you know, depending on the weather is the light. If you do the funny leg walk, speed walk.
Yeah, but if you're getting sweaty, like
pretty humid,
you're going to be getting commented on. And I don't know if we just do it on a seconds deduction, depending on like oh man, you are a mess. Okay, well, I did 90 seconds. That's disgraceful. Again,
are you making the full day at work after as well? Like,
probably not. Let's be fair. Depending on the company, I guess. But yeah, I don't think I'd want someone who doesn't know the job just turning up at my old workplace because
temp for a day.
You'd have carnage. Yeah, I'm gonna do some shredding.
I am photocopying or something.
Yeah. Is that if you get gold, you get shredding if you get gold. If you come last, you know, including the back alleys or something, definitely. I had something really
someone needs to unclog the toilet in aisle 4.
Yeah.
I don't know why the toilet in an aisle.
Yeah. I had something really similar, but it was someone would have to I'd get up with 15 minutes to go, and you would judge them on how many stuff they got done. So did they have breakfast, and then how much of the breakfast did they actually eat? And they've got to judge by the time, like, they've got to iron the shirt, like how ironed is the shirt, and it's like they have to do everything, or they can skip things, but you get penalty time. So you got 15 minutes from waking up to get out the door, and so you can get a shower, and how clean you are, good, like you're smelling good, you get points, but you're also losing time on breakfast, ironing your shirt, making your lunch, all this kind of stuff. So you've got to judge. You might just take like a piece of bread for your lunch, and obviously you get points for making lunch, but deduction for the type of lunch. So it was really stunning. So yeah,
that's cool, good stuff. That was the first one, Byron's last pick in the first of the 4th round. Joe, on to you. Pick 11, the penultimate pick of the draft, and your final one.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that was a bit boring. So I'm going to go for a wild one as well. Again, I don't think any of you guys would. Well, I don't think you guys would have picked this one. I'll be surprised if you did. So this is making toast perfectly. First time. You only can pop it up once. And it also has to be timed well as well, because I always do when I make toast, do it perfectly, but I have to wait for the rest of breakfast for another 2 minutes, and by the time I get to it, it's got cold again. So it's making toast perfect, and you only can press the button. It can pop up on its own, and you can check it, and you can put it back down, but you only can pop it up once, like you can stop it once. And I'm the judge on how good the toast is, because I know how I like my toast, and you know, I know people are different, so I'm just going to be the judge to make it easy.
How do you like your toast, Joe?
Slightly brown, like with like the butter. It's really yellow butter, but it's like got a tinge of like brown on there, but not black. not charcoal.
So if you're doing like a 1 is it hasn't gone in the toaster yet, 10 is charcoal. What, you're at 6?
Yeah. Probably 6, 7. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm about there. 6.
I'm a bit longer.
Yeah.
I feel like I always get toast wrong. I either like forget about it, burn it, or like I said, do it way too late or way too early while making other stuff at breakfast, and it's just devastating.
The guy can't make toast and he wants to be a judge at the Olympic toast making event.
Yeah, I'm guessing the judge at gymnastics, like the judge of gymnastics doesn't do like pirouette and all that kind of stuff. Can they?
Yeah, I don't remember Barry Norman winning 12 Oscars. Like, Don't want Mike Tyson judging the boxing fight. He's been punched in the head for his entire life. It's a different art to judge as it is to create.
I know, like, technically we're an NFL podcast. I don't see any of the referees who judge the games throwing a 80-yard bomb down the field.
No.
Well, they can barely judge the games, can they? So.
Well,
I haven't said my judge is going to be good, but I'm just saying I'm going to be the judge.
You will be the judge, yeah. Like, it doesn't matter if it's good or not.
Yeah, eat a shitload of toast without having to make it yourself. Is that what this is?
Basically, yeah.
We've seen the judging at the Olympics and the boxing. It doesn't have to be good. They will judge it, though.
That is true. The GB and Ireland boxers getting a rough time of it from the judges. Make it, but there's an art to it. I do agree, Joe. There is an art to it. So, yeah, would be interesting.
And it's always just bread, right? Yeah. So, like, I'm just wondering, is it just a gold medal event immediately?
Bagel or
exactly?
Oh, that's a good chat. I've got like another similar one, which it could be a category. It's like making toasties, making actual good toasty. Where it's like hot on the outside, but also on the inside as well, And you could do that in a pan on. Yeah, you could do that pan on microwave. It's their person's choice as well. So it's making food like that kind of food, the timing wise. But toast is the main one.
Yeah, toast. Yeah, cool. Okay, making perfect toast. Wasn't on my list that one, but it was a very interesting one. I've got a few again. My list is quite long, and I've got a few that I like. I should say this one. I'm torn between two though. So, okay. That one or that one. I'm going to go with the. I'm sure at some point you've knocked your phone off the side or dropped your phone, damaged it. It's a ball ache, smashed the screen or whatever. Well, my event's going to be there. You drop your phone, but you're using your foot to stop it, to break its fall.
Oh, yeah.
And you would again. It has to be set up because it's an event, so the phone would be sort of suspended near you, and during a timed window, at some point, somebody will press the button for it to drop. And you've just got to protect the phone as much as possible without doing anything excessive. So no diving for it. That wouldn't be realistic. But, popping out a thigh or a foot just to break its fall. And then there'd be some sort of device that measures how much force the phone landed on the floor with. But yeah, like saving your phone from smashing after it being dropped. I don't know how to sum that up. Breaking the phone's fall? I don't know.
Playing out of fire, I think that's what it should be called.
Yeah, that would be my one. You do. I'm sure you've done it, aren't you? Where you just try and put something in the way to try and stop it smashing on the floor. Usually, it's my foot. Whether it's just knocked out my hand or I've knocked it off the side of a table or whatever, and you just like pop a foot out to just try and stop it. So yeah, you just be judged on how successful you've been in breaking the fall.
And again, is it just going to be how we escalate into a gold here?
Well, again, so sorry, let me just type it up. So yeah, so it would be different phones, so different models of phone.
I'm just picturing the gold medal around is one of them fucking old dial phones. Are you willing to break your foot to cushion the fall of a rotary phone?
Yeah, so different models of phones. So your iPhones, your Samsungs, your whatever's. It's different models. They'll have obviously different break points, I guess. Different situations. So from standing, sitting, progressively making it more difficult.
Oh, in a crowd.
Yeah. Again, so it could be social. Putting like a real life situation.
You're talking to a bride at the wedding. You don't want to kick her trying to save your phone, or do you?
Yeah. Well, how bad do you want that gold medal? I will kick a bride. Yeah, and you would just escalate it gradually more and more. But it'd fall from potentially great height, more potentially more damage it could cause. So you might have to take like two stings, off it just to try and take it. And then you'd be like a sort of some way to measure the force that the phone fell in, damage that it was caused. And the person, maybe over a few rounds that collectively had the least amount of force would be the winner. That's my one. Thoughts?
It's interesting. Yeah, it wasn't on my list. I was trying to think of like similar type things because like there's really not much more satisfying like when grabbing something as well. Yeah. So that's why with your hand, like when something falls, and you're like, oh, what a grab! Like your keys fall out your top pocket on your shirt, and then you grab it, and no one thinks you're gonna get it. That's very, very satisfying.
It is.
Not quite the same category, but yeah, I definitely resonate with it because
and it's just as well. I'm just as well now. I think so. Your phone's like £1,200 now, isn't it, or £1,100? It's a lot like to just be smashing it and getting it repaired and stuff like that. So that's why I use key, because everybody does drop their phone. It's key to be able to like the reaction. That could be an element as well. Your reaction time. Yeah.
Do you have to stand on like a grate or something? So if you don't catch it, see you later.
There could be added jeopardy. Like that would just be you're just completely eliminated. I like in the sprinting, like 100 meters in the time, like if you start, like your reaction time from the gun, like would use that somehow to do like your reaction time to start moving, from the moment of it being kind of dropped from its position. That's what we're going for. Breaking your phone's fall after dropping. Honourable mentions. What have we got? I've got some terrible ones. Well, not terrible ones, but maybe ones.
Yeah, I had some terrible ones of things that more I excel at, but I don't know if they'd make good Olympic events. So the first one was doing a task last minute. I'm very good at like shit, I haven't done this fucking report. Okay, quickly, bam, bam, bam. And it just magically gets done on time. Sat and ignored it for hours and hours and hours, and then it took 4 minutes when in reality it should have took like 20, but just get in the zone and knock out a Excel report quickly and accurately. I also had, and again, tough one to measure, falling asleep while reading, which I do every night basically.
So would it be like the quickest time to fall asleep from starting to read? Or?
I guess so, yeah. Again, that's why I didn't really nominate. I couldn't really think of a way to do it, but I was talking about it today with one of my colleagues of like, I just can't get too far into a book, and then next thing I know, like I'm asleep with a book on me, and I'm like, as soon as like you're snoring, and I'm like, oh no, back to my book. I'm fine. So yeah, I guess it'd be like, but again, it's like you've got to be actively reading and actively asleep. Both those things I imagine are probably relatively difficult to track in an event that's going to reward you falling asleep the quickest. So again, this is why it's an honorable mention. And my last one, again, is more like an actual Olympic event, but just with like a kind of a caveat. I was kind of reminded of it. She's called Lorna Meyer, the American rugby player. She's very big on Instagram, TikTok type things, and she's very big on body positivity. She gets attacked a lot for not being very feminine. She's an American rugby player, and it put me back in the mind of as a teenager. I used to play a ton of tennis. Used to be pretty good for somebody who didn't play competitively. Just playing with my friends. Like I didn't lose very often, and I remember like you're playing like at the main parks in the Carlisle, and like I've always been a fat guy, like, hey fatty, what are you doing? I'm like, you're giving me shit. What about the fucking guy I'm beating who's like in shape? Give him some fucking shit. So the thing I had was fat guy tennis. So it's basically like athletic events for the overweight. But in this one, it was essentially fat guy tennis. Yeah, and it was being better at things than people think you should be. And yeah, Carlisle has beautiful tennis courts, Joe. And the one I play at predominantly, Bits Park. Shout out Bits Park, actually, where I dislocated my shoulder playing tennis. So not all happy memories, but yeah, it's one of the best places you can play tennis on a beautiful day. You know, you go 30 degrees, a few hours of tennis, and you're actually playing beneath, essentially, like view-wise, Carlisle Castle. So it's a really beautiful place to go and play a few sets of tennis. Shout out Bits Park, Carlisle City Council. Yeah, we've got a lot of tennis courts.
Let's not go through naming them all.
A lot of misspent summers for me.
That's where we were going there.
But yeah, Fat Guy Tennis was my last one. Yeah, shocking trolls.
Yeah, cool. Good stuff.
Yeah, I got a few boring ones. I had ironing. I didn't understand people who are really good at ironing. Actually, this doesn't make sense to me. I spent ages ironing a shirt and it's still creased. Yeah. Doesn't make sense. So speed ironing. Obviously, like putting a duvet on. That's just something which is just I always like leave to the end. Just speed duvet on. Similar one to buying by carrying stuff is carrying all your washing out the washing machine and not dropping anything. So you gotta get everything out the washing machine. And, always drop a sock or whatnot. So that was another one. Some of the random ones I had: suntan cream yourself up and not get burnt anywhere. So you got like suntan cream your full body and you gotta lay for a couple hours on either side. And if you get sunburn more, then you're out. Like, you know, the less sunburn you are, the further you're gonna get in the competition. So you don't want to mess up that one. And a terrible one. This is from Meg suggested this one is people having limited amount of toilet roll and they have to make the do with the amount they have. So it's all about how many times you fold it again, and hopefully you better hopefully you haven't had too many pints in that before.
Are you being fed a laxative prior to the event?
No, it's like whatever you eat. So you've got to like do your own diet. So you have to be clever.
Well,
I think it should be random.
Easy to manage.
But they don't know what it is. It's like a 3 week. I think it's going to be like, it's just randomly going to be like, you're doing it now. And it's like, here's your toilet roll. Good luck.
Long-term event. Yeah, that's interesting. That's a good one, actually. I like that one. Any others?
Not for me.
No, cool. I've got some. What have I not got? I'm trying to not cover ones we've already got. Successfully arriving home smashed. So after 10 pints or something. Yeah, successfully arriving home, pissed, drunk. So again, not making a racket when you get through, not rattling your keys in the door, not waking up other people in the house or neighbours or people in the building. That. Not falling over,
putting a pizza on and falling asleep.
Yeah, not setting a fire, not burning anything. Yeah, just that kind of, again, so just be like, you start with the total and then every infraction you get deducted and whoever's got the most points left would win. I thought that's quite good. I probably should pick that one. Stopping the petrol pump at the exact monetary amount. 10 or 20 quid, whatever. And then that amount would change. You just be told, right, it's 45.50. And
it's got to be blind, right? You can't see it. You can't see it.
It works. It's real. It's difficult to do to get it.
It's difficult, but if you're going for an Olympic event,
I think it has to be speed as well. You can't be doing like the little.
How much time and then how far away you are.
Is there prices right? Is there prices right again if you go over?
I'd go either side for that one. Like that one, I wouldn't be.
I don't agree with that because if you only got 45 quid in the bank account, you can't be going 45 and 1 pence. Can't afford your petrol.
Yeah, but just like check it on, and that's your error, then, isn't it? So again, you'd be deducted for how far out you were. So that one's quite a good one. This one might be a bit of an odd one to say, but just pissing. So distance, accuracy, height, velocity, just pissing. Yeah,
I'm not being recorded, but yeah.
And also, I'm not being a judge on that one. I'm out on that.
Yeah, I think pissing would be a good one. Difficult to watch, but yeah.
Some people might really enjoy watching it as well.
I believe
too much.
They would do.
I don't think it'd be on the BBC though.
Probably not
for the Olympics. Yeah,
probably
might be some BBCs, but.
Oh dear, moving on. Keep eating an ice cream cone.
Sorry? Is that why you're pissing?
No. Again, separate event, separate thing. Again, keeping it clean, no drips. I guess we've blurred the two events here. Should have done these in that order. But, making sure it doesn't start running down the side of the cone, making sure the cone doesn't just go dead soggy. Got to be efficient. And then again, we'd maybe start with the 1 scoop, 2 scoop, 3 scoop situation, making it progressively more difficult. Sauce.
Hotter room.
Yeah. Hot room, sauce.
You have a 4 scoop and you're sat in a sauna. Good luck.
Yeah. But
You're going Mr. Whippy, or are you going proper ice cream? Or is it,
I'm a proper ice cream guy, but that could be different elements, again, testing the competitors. And my last one was cooking a perfect steak by eye. So,
I would use a grill, but fair enough, you use the eye.
You know what I mean, but... but we know meat thermometers, pressing it, just you got to do it, bang, you get 1 flip, and you've got to make it whatever it said. So, the judge says medium rare, this round meat, whatever. That would be my last one.
I love that this is basically Joe's toast one, but just really upgraded.
Yeah, yeah, massively so.
Cindy did have one, actually, I forgot in my honorable mentions. A bit like because I had one that was just speed walking, but I kind of combined that with the getting across the GPS one. Cindy had aggressive driving. So again, kind of beating the GPS on the road.
Yeah.
But I don't drive, so it didn't come to my mind. But yeah, when I was talking it through her, that was her suggestion.
There's probably one that I forgot. Probably parallel parking would probably be a good Olympic event to watch, actually.
That would be a good one. Yeah, I love parallel parking.
Yeah, parallel parking.
I don't drive, but I'm a great parker.
Parallel parking would be an interesting one to watch. Right.
I don't want to say it, but that might be an interesting gendered event.
Oh no. Those are Byron's views and Byron's views only.
Might. Maybe.
Right, we'll run through the list as always, and then we'll vote. So I went first. I took flat pack furniture building, small talk / awkward social interactions, waking up before the alarm goes off, and breaking your phone's fall after dropping it. Joe took packing a dishwasher, food shopping without a list, dipping biscuits in tea, and making perfect toast. And Byron took carrying groceries, throwing items into the bin, Kobeing items into the bin, beating GPS journey times, navigation / a bit of orienteering, and getting to work on time while waking up as late as possible. So, gents, there's only the 3 of us, so let's vote. And I'll win it again. Names in the chat, as always. Pop your winner in. Oh, I'm getting screwed in these drafts. Joe's won again. Excellent, Joe. You've won two votes to 1. Byron, what was it that got Joe's vote?
I think his first 3 were really strong. The toast one's a nonsense, let's be fair. But the first 3 are pretty good.
Yeah.
And yeah, the wake up near alarm and the small talk didn't quite capture me as much. So
fair.
Yeah. No bad ones, obviously. But yeah, Joe's first 3 were really good, I thought so.
If you want to be a judge, Byron, with the toast, I could have got you involved. So
excellent, Joe. Another win. You've run away with this year's off-season drafts.
You just got to play it to the audience, I just know you guys, similar to me, are just biscuit lovers. Well, maybe not Byron because he doesn't know what biscuits are, but
yeah. Apparently he's a wafer lover. And wafers are also good. Well, congratulations, Joe. That's the end of the draft. Also, the end of our 100th episode. What a nonsense episode, by the way, given what this whole show's about. What an absolute nonsense episode. But it felt good. It felt the right thing to do as the Olympics was on. And it's one that's been sat on our to-do list for a while.
It meant we didn't have to do NFC South preview as the 100th episode.
It did. But make sure you do stick around for that, because that'll be episode 101. We've got some fantastic guests joining us for the NFC South preview, which will be awesome. That'll be episode 101. That'll be out later this week. You'll get to hear that one. But yeah, I just want to take a couple of minutes to say, again, crazy. We've done 100 episodes. Thank you guys for jumping in, because there's no way on earth this would have carried on without you two, Byron and Joe. And Joe's just left. I think he's got to be
He's not one for a speech, is he, Joe?
He's probably too emotional. Oh, I think he's going to cry. But yeah, no, seriously, it wouldn't have kind of turned into what it has done if it wasn't for you two. So I just want to say I appreciate you both, the work you do behind the scenes and also on the recordings as well to make it happen. I think, yeah, it makes it a much better listen, a much better watch with you two guys on board. And I appreciate all the hard work you've put in to kind of help bring this from the daft idea that it was when I had it to what it is now. And I think we're doing a pretty good job. I know they've got a long way to go, but I think we're doing a pretty good job.
Agree, yeah. Cheers. Couldn't agree more.
And also a thank you to everybody that's been on. I think we were going to jokingly do the draft, the guests draft. That's not easy to say. The guests draft. Still think we should do that at some point. And I think I counted them up. I think we're somewhere close to 60 different people that have come on at some point. Whether it's just for a quick moment or quick drop in or who've been on multiple times, and this, it'd be mean to shout out specific ones because Byron and Joe are too nice and don't want us to. But yeah, everybody that's been on from the very start, I suppose, right from you guys and Dockers and Beth all the way through to the people we've had on recently that have been new. Every single person who's give up their time to do it, because look, there's not a lot of people that do this for, people do this for fun or as a hobby or as a side bit. So giving up their free time to kind of come talk NFL with us. So yeah, we appreciate you. And hopefully you'll stick with us moving forward. And everybody that's listened, downloaded, watched, streamed, whatever you've done, wherever you are, in all those different countries, which we added a new one recently with Russia joining the good teams and great teams cover country list. And we appreciate every single person that's listened and watched over the 18 months so far. Byron, Joe, anything from you guys?
No, I think you said it all really well. Yeah. Been a great 18 months, and here's to next on 100.
Yeah, here's to another 100.
Maybe we'll do the guest draft at 200.
Yeah, cheers to you, Paul. Obviously, you're the main driver behind this. I know me and Byron just feel like along for the ride, help out where we can. But yeah, certainly.
Just along for
the ride. Shout out to you, Paul. You organise everything and get things together. So yeah.
No, not all. It's been fun, and we're going to do another 100 and another 100 and another 100.
And then stop there.
And then stop.
Let's keep winning, and let's keep on winning money.
And let's keep on winning money. That's the whole point of this, right? Pit winners. Look, we keep mentioning it, or I keep mentioning it as episodes go by. You listening to good teams win, great teams cover leaves you with more money than you had before.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Like, we are on the right side of 50%. We have, between Byron and Joe, they hit massive odds bets as well. So yeah, listen to good teams and great teams cover, following us does earn you money.
Like us.
Yeah.
Just take the betting advice, if nothing else.
Just earn money.
Off season might not be for you.
Yeah. You disappear between late February,
mid-February.
And then early September, and we're nearly there. So we'll be back, NFC South in a few days. You'll hear that, and then we've got a few more division previews to go, and then we're there. We'll be there in week 1 before you know it. As always, go give us a follow. So if you're listening or watching and haven't followed yet, Good Teams and Great Teams cover on Spotify. Every time a new episode drops, you'll be notified. GTW_GTC over on YouTube, where you can see our faces as well as listen to us. Or not Joe really at the minute with his camera, but usually you can. Twitter, X, Instagram, TikTok at GTW_GTC. Thanks very much, everyone.
Cheers.